All right. Are we live?
We're live. It's waiting
right.
for a few people to get in. Someone needs to hear us say hello.
Yeah.
There we go. Hello.
We can actually watch it on YouTube from the beginning, right? So
That's right. No, that's true. Well, welcome everybody. Kind of a fun week with Jeff Ruby Stakes week kicking off. Going to join in on this pick 5 here that's jumping shortly. And then not only that, but talk Jeff Ruby Stakes, which is Saturday, as is the Louisiana Derby. Really part of a great wagering menu at both tracks. There's the cross track Bayou Bluegrass pick 4. The 2 Derby races are going to be done in the span of like 30 minutes.
Pick 5.
So pretty exciting.
Bayou Bluegrass pick 5, right?
I think it's 4.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I could be wrong. 2 Oaks races and 2 Derby races.
Oh, I thought it was
Maybe
more.
someone let us know in the chat.
No, it was there's 3 from the fairgrounds.
Oh, all right. And then pick 5 for sure. Sorry about that.
Hold on. I have to scroll through NCAA tournament stuff. New Orleans Classic, Fairgrounds Oaks, and Louisiana Derby.
And then the Bourbonette Oaks and Jeff Ruby Stakes.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Shame on me.
No. Pretty cool bet, though.
Absolutely. Well, and you know as well as anyone that these inter-track pick 5s are great with the low takeout.
Oh, yeah. They're fantastic. Anytime you can get these bets that skip races, that just means the computers they skip the bets. So those are the ones you want to be in.
Yeah. No, and
I got the graphic here somewhere. Let me grab it.
Plan on being in it.
Yeah. I hope to be out there.
Yeah, you. Still a chance for me. Not out of the question.
You're a possible?
I'm a possible. Not probable, but possible.
Yeah, I'd say I'm probable at this point.
I have to tell you, though, no regrets having done the Virginia Derby and maybe costing myself a shot at the Jeff Ruby Stakes.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. There it is.
It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Bayou Bluegrass pick 5.
There it is.
Yeah, without getting into the fields, it's five big fields. It's a tough bet to hit for $1, but that's where you're looking at just a tremendous payoff. And low takeout, and like I said, we're saying no computers for the most part, a lot less computer play. It's just a great opportunity.
Yeah, and I haven't dug into the Bourbonette Oaks at all, really. But, the other races, Sierra Leone, Good Cheer, Poster maybe, John Hancock. There's certainly horses people are going to be leaning on. Yeah. So you figure out which one of those can be beat, might be all right.
Yeah. So, all right, I wanted to jump in this race for one reason in particular.
Sure.
When I looked at this, of course, we've got a couple scratches, 3-4 scratches in here.
Yeah, a few scratches.
This 5 was 6-1 morning line before the scratches, and it kind of jumped off the page at me. Thought it's only 2 synthetic races previously were pretty great, especially the stakes at Presque Isle, where it lost by a head. And then I looked, and our HRN AI line had this horse going off at 9-5 and worth a bet at 8-5.
Wow.
Then we just turned it on, and it was favored 5-2. So I was a little disappointed, but I'm really curious to see how.
Still a bet.
Yeah, and how much if it's drifting up? So as we were talking, it went to the 3-1 favorite. Now it's 3-1, not the favorite. Now it's favored again. So we'll see.
Well, I don't know how much intel you put into this, and this is one of those things. You watch the live stream, you get some exclusive information, but I am told that the owner breeder of the Uno is on hand.
Okay.
So I'm actually a proponent of what the heck are they doing here other than to get their picture taken?
Yeah, that's a great angle. right? It's the old the trainer's wearing a suit today.
Yeah, a riff off that for sure. And I actually it stalled a little bit, but when I did the paddock show at Churchill, over a few years, I never like the husbandry stuff and horse body language like that. That's not me. I don't pretend that's ever been a strength of mine. And even in the years being in there, never really picked up on equine clues. But the energy around the connections is definitely a thing. Now, obviously, I'm not at Turfway, but that information alone, perked me up a little bit on the Uno.
Okay. And then another one that's interesting here and maybe a little better price is the 12. So Comset, that she's an old mare, 7-year-old. She's been kind of knocking around in Midwest now for a while in Indiana. And she just seems to keeps improving. And 2 of her last 4 synthetic races Turfway here were pretty strong. And I think they fit here a lot better than 14-1.
Yes, the trainer's lone win at the meet, although granted, half of the starts were this horse anyway.
Yeah, well, there you go. And that's another one. Our AI line.
She fits.
What's that?
She fits.
Yeah, our AI line has her at 5-1, so that's a huge overlay at 14. And I'm with you on the 1. I thought the 1 was the most logical, so I think I'm definitely going to want to have a 1-5 over the 12, and then probably play the exact 1-5 over the 12.
Now, have you watched the first 4?
A little bit. The fields were a little light for my liking.
Yeah, it's definitely been forward, though.
I did see that on a couple.
I mean, a first-time starter, we had 1 star, which, they do win, but it's rare. But he got out to the front, and it was lights out. So, that result, the first race was kind of chalky. The fourth, I thought, was kind of wide open. But nevertheless, forward types. And then the long shot doing it is a 1 star. Definitely kind of hit me. So that was a concern a little bit with the 1 here, but 5-2 would probably be as low as I'd want, admittedly. But I do like the 12. So, there are some opportunities maybe to key that one in there. Did you give the 4 any looks? Just based on the 9-1 price, I kind of think that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not. I was going to actually ask you about that horse. I mean, it is a long layoff.
Right.
I like that she really kind of competed on the lead, especially in those 1.25-mile races. Although they can tend to get forward, but she did compete quite a bit, and then just kind of settled for second a couple times, settled for 5th in a tougher heat. I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, if I toss her, I wouldn't be surprised if she gets in there somewhere, but I might.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing to me, the 2 positives or the layoff lines, albeit a lot shorter layoff, came back and ran great. Won one of them, second in 1.25 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Off that's only a 3-month layoff, but still. But then clearly a router, and this is 6.5. So some questions about this being the best spot, but at 10-1, like if she's third with the 12 in there, I kind of want to have that.
Yeah.
And a reminder, well, first of all, like and subscribe, please, if you're watching on the tube of you. But also, we are a little behind. There is a delay, so what you're actually seeing in the stream is going to be a few seconds behind, and they load quick. So be mindful of that. But yeah, I played around with the 4 and 12 with the 1 and 5.
Okay, it's pretty much what I'm. Wow, and they're off. All right, yeah, that happened fast.
Yeah, the double draw and all that.
Yeah, I forgot we were on the delay. All right, I got 1 bet in. Oops. But that could work out, right?
Yeah, thin to win. And
This
Seems
will
like
test.
the jock on the 4 got the memo. I mean,
Yeah.
no surprise. We'd seen him fire fresh before.
That
I don't know what the plan was on the Drury, but you're not winning from there. I mean, maybe just much the best, but
well, 12 is rolling right now.
yeah, getting a toe job.
Yeah, I didn't structure this right. I'm going to need both the 1 and the 5 to combine. Let the 5 rolling on the outside. 12's
3.
done. 12 moved
No,
too soon.
someone tipped us on the 3.
Oh yeah.
11-1. Brian
Yeah.
Garrett.
They went fast there. Nice, Brian. It seems like that was a lot faster time than some of the others tonight. Paint you later.
Didn't
1 for 1.
see that one, so kudos to Brian sniffing that one out.
Yeah. Yeah, good price. I mean, 1 for 1 over synthetic, now 2 for 2. And he's right. That's a good.
I think that may have been a pick 5 carryover.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
See you tomorrow.
Another carryover? I don't know if I can afford it.
Yeah.
Wow. $460 for 4 or 5ve there. Well, I guess that first timer you were talking about a $39 first
to find.
Yeah.
It was tough to find.
Yeah, I would say so. Well, good. Yeah, congrats to anybody who had that. That was pretty decent. I mean, most of the chalks are out there, so that trifecta is going to be fantastic, I think.
Yeah, those are the ones you want.
Well, there we go. Good carryover Thursday night, and we got Ruby Day Saturday.
Yeah.
Big fields. So, all right, what do you want? Do we want to talk about the Derby preps yet, or wait till this goes official? And
yeah, wait till it goes official, I guess. See that carryover in bright lights.
All right.
But yeah, that one was nowhere on my radar. Admittedly, home game wasn't either.
No.
Pretty poor through 5, but you know, I don't feel bad about the play using the 4 and 12. I mean, we'll get this late pick 4. I'll write the ship.
All right, let's do it. Yeah, the weather's nice, so definitely should be good weather all week at Turfway.
Yeah, nice for now. I don't know what you've seen. We're got a tornado watch here in Oldham.
Oh, really? No,
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
But I mean, it's not raining or windy yet. But yeah, it's.
So if you get like blown away, I should just carry the.
Keep going. Yeah, that's what I would want.
All right. Oh, I see that tornado watch until midnight, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is, 91,000.
Wow, not a small one.
Yeah,
Dang.
and really, I mean, that's a start to maybe a late carryover, and it combines. So whatever, if the late were not to be hit tomorrow, it's the combined pot in the late.
Oh, really? They just dump it all in.
Yep.
It's we got the peg leg here, right? The $25 horse.
Yeah, I mean, had I played the pick 5 caveman style, I wouldn't have used that horse 5 deep. So
yeah,
I'm thankful. I mean, thankful I didn't play the pick 5. That was part of it. Like, I kind of like. I mean, I did like the one best, but down to 5-2, it just wasn't. I just didn't see the value there. Or I saw more value trying to, a 112, 12-1 type of thing versus really spreading the risk in a pick 5. Trying to get better about that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Structure is important.
Well, and, in poker circles, I mean, for as long as I've been reading about it, I'm sure before, but people harp on game selection and table selection and all that. And, racing, unfortunately, you're with the best of the best in every pool, but you can at least, target where you think you have an edge.
Yeah.
So trying to be cognizant of that.
And where do you think you have an edge?
Not playing.
not playing every pool, every race.
Right. Yeah, that's
not playing too wide.
I mean, I figured that out the hard way, as most players do early on, thankfully. But I mean, yeah, I remember, in my early 20s, like a day at the track, you're like, well, I'm going to play every race. I'm here for action, and yeah.
Bring it on, right? Yeah. No, I hear that. All right, so
which race you want to start with?
Either one, doesn't matter.
All right.
Why don't yeah, that works. I was gonna say we could also if you share that image, then our heads can still. If you share a screen on it, then people can see us below.
Isn't that fancy?
Maybe it might not work.
Yeah, I think that'll work. Let me pull up the picture for.
Because who wouldn't want to see our mugs?
No, exactly. You want to know who's talking about these races?
Other than everyone. So all right, it was just to recap on the Turfway race. It's been forward, like you said, but the jock starts sending, and maybe now it switches.
Let's see if I can find this.
Right. Ed DeRosa, producer.
I opened the picture. I'm going to see if I can. There it is. It'll work.
All right.
Sort of. Kind of see that top stuff.
The Microsoft Clip Champ at the top.
Yeah. I thought I did the full screen. But
no, that's fine.
They're always trying to sell you something,
So, all right. So let's talk a little Louisiana Derby. And I know you've looked at this race a bunch, follow Fairgrounds a ton. So why don't you kick it off? What were your thoughts on Louisiana Derby?
Yeah, well, I think it got a little bit of spice a couple weeks ago when Owen Almighty won the Tampa Bay Derby, coming back and from the Sam F. Davis behind John Hancock, who would have been interesting in the Virginia Derby, but trainer Cox opted for the Louisiana Derby spot. Mount 3/16 will be a good test for a front runner who definitely has the numbers. I'm a little nervous about how much he's going to get bet. I think some of the shine might be off a horse like Built, who was a tenacious third in the Risen Star behind that runaway winner, and Chunk of Gold sort of came up the rail. So, to me, that's the storyline. But Instant Coffee got a really big number out of a maiden race for Brad, and that's Tappan Street has been the one that ran well in that scenario, and then he's had a few others, including Rapture last week in Virginia, and Patch Adams, two sort of sharp maiden winners who I thought weren't great in their next start. I guess John Hancock, you could say, would be the opposite of that, since he did win the Sam F. Davis in his second start. So mixed signals from the Cox barn off the maiden win, but nevertheless, I think Instant Coffee is going to be the right price. So for me, bringing up my fair odds. I think Built Instant Replay, Instant Coffee was his other horse. Sorry about that. But Built, Jose Ortiz, leading rider at the meet by far, and Instant Replay. I have them as the second and third most likely winners. But given that I think John Hancock is going to be less than 2-1, the value just isn't there. I think he's a horse a lot of people are going to lean on. Pratt up. There's plenty to like, but I'm going to try to beat him. And I think you can get away with just using Built and Instant Replay.
Interesting. And so, and your thought on Instant Replay is just that, you ran a big number with that win. You're just feeling like this is the now horse from the Cox barn?
Yeah, and it's one of those of like, let's say this race had fallen apart and everyone's excited. Oh, Instant Replay, like, kind of I'll take a new face instead of horses we know have gotten beat. I'd be less excited, but because the stablemate is sure to take money, and the others in here, other than Built, I don't think anyone will be a shorter price than Instant Replay. But it's pretty rare that I have there's this many horses in a race, and my fair odds are all under 100-1. I mean, usually I'm picking a horse that I kind of feel like has no shot to use the cliche, but they might be 100 or 200-1.
Yeah.
Even at 70-1 is the longest price. That's somewhat competitive when you're going to have a 5-2 or 2-1 in here. So I just feel like in some situations with Cox, you have to eat a real short price if you like a horse off their maiden win, and this is a case where if you believe the number, you're actually going to get a somewhat decent price. So I'm willing to take it here.
Okay. And then my thought on Instant Replay, I mean, I would say, I need to watch that replay, but the number is, ran a very fast number. It does look like the pace set up for him a little bit. And, we've got 8 in here, number 8 Furio that he beat, went out to super hot pace. So I'm just worried a little bit. Was he dressed up a little bit? That was a perfect setup. Now, there's a lot of speed in here.
I was going to say, you might get that set up here.
You got John Hancock, the 4 Yinzer, the 8 Furio.
Innovator. Oh, no, he's at the Ruby Stakes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But
John Hancock and the other.
My concern, though, is John Hancock does have inside position. And if I may share my screen here, let's see if I can do this. If we go to look at Horse Racing Nation and the Louisiana Derby history, I could probably make that a little wider. But when they went to 1 mile and 3/16, I got to blow that up. Hold on. When Wells Bayou, that was in 2020. That race was won on the lead. Hot Rod Charlie was like right on the lead. Maybe sitting at, I think he went wire to wire.
He did.
Epicenter, wire to wire.
Probably press just because he was so good. I don't remember.
I think because I remember for Derby, I was worried how much he could rate because he had wired everything in New Orleans.
Yeah,
Kings Barnes, wire to wire, and then Catching Freedom. That was in the slop, right? Is that the one? Or no? Sierra Leone won in the slop and the Risen Star.
Right.
I think that race was a bit of an outlier, but where I'm going with the trend, and I think some of these mile through 6 races at fairgrounds, it's just hard to close. And then we saw, so I'm a little skeptical of closers. The other thing, and you could throw your fair odds back, but that's bad. My bad. That's the wrong one. But if you look at the chart of the Risen Star, the winner went wire to wire. The horses that were 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th finished 4th, 3rd, 5th, 6th. So basically, of the top 6 horses, 5 of them pretty much didn't change positions the entire race.
Right.
Only horse that changed positions was Chunk of Gold, with Loveberry up. And, granted, he kind of, got up there for second at the wire and got a nice, rail trip. But I'm pretty intrigued with Chunk of Gold that basically the 6 top horses in this race, or the 5 other top horses in that Risen Star, none of them could close or move up a position, and he moved up from 8th to 2nd, so he jumped up 7 spots. And so I just feel like that's something I need to give a healthy amount of respect for. So from a betting wise standpoint, I think I'm going to be using Chunk of Gold. But back to the my concern about closers, I don't know that I'm going to put him on top. So I'm probably going to look at it, play him under John Hancock. So a 1-2, probably play him under the other cocks that you like, the 9, so a 9-2, maybe some trifecta action. Certainly, if it goes 1 over 9 over 2 or something like that. But I do think Chunk of Gold could get a nice piece of this at probably even higher than 15-1.
Well, that would make him value for me. I was, the run style I agree with, and he was the one that closed, but then also was on the rail, which people thought that was great that day. But nevertheless, I mean the style, and there is speed in here, so he has to be respected. I do not get the love for Hypnus, and as you can see, he's my least likely winner. And I know at least 2, maybe 3 solid handicappers. I mean, people I listen to, or even make sure I use their picks if we disagree or, feel like, oh, that makes sense. But for me, Hypnus, I don't get it. Like, he's going to have a lot to do. I don't know that he's better than Chunk of Gold late. And I just think a horse like Instant Replay is going to get the jump on him anyway. So, it all adds up for me it just has to go absolutely perfect for him to win this race.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think those last 2 races set up for him. He got a nice, super hot pace in the Rebel, and he closed from 8th to 7th by 7. So, I'm not sure how that's going to work out here. We do have a promotion. We've got a free download of the Super Screener for the Louisiana Derby, and I think we've got a couple races on there. And so check it out. You can use the QR code, open up on your phone, and or however. And Mike Shuddy's just doing a whale of a job with the Super Screener, as we saw. Was it Fountain of Youth weekend? He hit 9 out of 12 stakes. Just amazing.
Was it? I'm trying to think what weekend. Yeah, because he had journalism and he had Flood Zone.
Is that the name of the Gotham winner?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had all 3 Derby preps that weekend and ton of other stuff.
A huge long shot in the Kilrow that almost shocked the world and finished second. Yeah.
So it's a great product and big help. And so we can kind of take you through the Louisiana Derby and get recommended bets and analysis and everything. Yinzer in the Louisiana Derby. Wow, he's in a tough
Brian just
spot.
gave us a $30 horse at Turfway, so I feel like I have to make sure we.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's what makes up this game. It's opinions. I just think the other speed is going to have a tough, road there with John Hancock on the inside, Yinzer in the middle, and Furio outside.
Yeah.
How does that work out?
No, it's but he will be the longest price of those, and we've seen before, like, how come the other 2 didn't go, and then you're watching this horse steal it. So I don't think the price is going to be there for me, but I certainly, if you think more of him than I do, I could see where you would land on him is a long shot gamble anyway.
Yep. All right, so that's the Louisiana Derby. Should we turn to the pick 4?
Yes, we should, and then we'll do the Ruby after that.
All right.
right?
Yeah. I mean, just what we got about 25 races between Fairgrounds and Turfway on Saturday, and I don't know how many stakes we got. Probably 15 or 16 stakes. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Well, appreciate your honesty, Brian. I'm from Cleveland, so maybe adversaries football wise, but love the region for sure. I always felt like Pittsburghers and Buffalo and Wheeling, like that area is more Cleveland to me than say Cincinnati or Toledo. But anyway,
We
back
lost.
to Turfway. Now I don't know if you're going to recognize this name, Mark, but if the guy
Yes.
who turned $22 into a $5,000 buy-in on Derby Wars thinks Turfway's tough, maybe it is, because he's our first of two qualifiers for the KDBC. We're running those at Derby Wars, satellites throughout the week, and then the big one at the end. But yeah, Marty was our first winner and had the chance to meet him at Colonial, so he's excited.
Yeah, it should be. That's going to be an awesome contest. $250,000 contest, and what is it? $100,000 first prize, all coming down to your pick on the Derby. That's what's not to like there.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like this pick 4 too. I feel good about it because I'd be out of the pick 5 no matter what I did. I'd be out. So I feel good about passing, and now the opportunity to maybe hit this.
All right. Well, give us your pick 4. Who you got here?
So here, it's even more scratches.
Yeah, the 8 just came out.
Ooh, well, that changes things a bit.
It does.
Yeah. I might.
Excited. Yeah.
And the 7's out. Yeah, the 7 I knew was out. That was a 4-star, so I was kind of interested in using that one. I think now I gotta just single the 2. Figures to be the one on the front end, and I can't go. I don't want to go any deeper in a 5-horse race. If the 8 were in, I was going to look at maybe the 2 and the 4, figuring the 4 would be the 3rd or 4th choice. But given this board, I think you got to plant your flag.
Plant the flag, you say? Okay.
Yeah, 2 for me here. You want me to go through the rest, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, the 7th I had as a spread. The 10 came out of there. That was a late scratch too. That was a horse I was kind of interested in. And then once that one was out, I just kind of felt like a bunch could win. I guess I prefer the 3 most. I'm going to peek at the doubles when you start talking to see if there's anything that makes sense to eliminate if it's getting crushed. Race 8, the 7 is a 4-star, and on paper, the 5 looked like a standout. The Ragozin numbers were just okay with the rest, so I definitely AB style. Like I think the 7 is one to lean on with the 4 stars. Take a shot there, and then I kind of like 1, 5, 6, but with the 5 being the big favorite, that might be one to lop off here since I'm singling the deuce. And then I saw the last as a 2-horse race between the 1 and 8. So again, a situation where I kind of don't really have a separator there. So I think, what I want to do is try to beat the, I'll look at the doubles to see who not to use in the next race. And then the 5 in race 8, I think is an underlay, and I'm going to let beat me.
Okay. I mean, with a single and the 2 here, I mean, we're looking at a pretty chalky potential outcome. I guess if you could get the first timer in the 8th, that would help.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think just eyeballing it, if it's 4 by 3 by 2, that's 24 combos. Maybe wait some, or $5, $3.
Yeah, I mean, that first cert does look pretty good for Brendan Walsh in the 8th. And you were 4-7 there, or 5-7, 5 being the underlay. Oh, did you freeze or did I? Yeah, and Ed was talking about the first timer report. Pull it back up. All right, let's see if I'm still live. Ed was talking about the first time report, and Turfway Race 8, the Brendan Walsh horse, was a 5-star. There we go. We back?
I'm back. There's a storm brewing here.
Uh-oh. I was gonna say, is that you or me? I couldn't
It was
tell.
me.
I wonder if I was broadcasting or if
Yeah, it was me. We lost cable here.
uh-oh. I just wanted to pull up the first timer report because you were talking about this Brendan Walsh in race 8 being a 4-star. So there he is, 4 out of 5 stars. Brendan Walsh, 15% at Turfway, 18% first time synthetic route with a plus 30% impact. So he's outperforming odds by 30%. The Kitten's Joy stats look okay. They're fine. And then Corrales up, strong 19%. So there's definitely some positives there.
All right.
So,
well, I'm in.
You're in, and we got what, 2 minutes? Do you want me to do the video?
I'm not literally in. I guess I better be in soon. But yeah, I'm in on the Walsh. I thought, like I said, on paper, 5 jumps out. I get it. Then I saw the number. I was like, he's actually not like a standout for the price he's going to be.
Right.
And then you get a chance to use a 4-star. So
okay. All right. So talk me through this ticket. I didn't get a chance to put it together earlier. So single to 2 in the first leg.
Single to 2. I'm going to pull up the double pull here. So any clues? Who's taking money?
The other thing though
so
is
single to 2 in race 8, 7 over 1/6.
Okay.
And then race 9, I would say 1/8 you can lean on, and maybe the 9 is usable. So they're hammering. The 3 is the favorite in the next. So I'd probably be willing to just not use that horse. And then the 2 is second choice, Chantry Flance. But it's the 2-1 morning line favorite. So you could probably get away with not using that one too.
All right. Living dangerously. There's just not a lot of speed in that race though. Which I think is a little concerning because that's going to put Chantry Flats in a really good spot. Maybe. Right?
Yeah. To be forward, but yeah, unfortunately the 2 and 3 of the 7 horses remaining, the 2 and 3 look to be 2 of the 3 or 4 that are going to be up front.
Yeah. And they're loading, and we're on our delay here, but there they go. All right. Well, good luck to everybody in race 6. And if you got the pick 4 going, or if you're in the pick 4 or pick 5, good luck. The 2 did not get the lead.
Yeah.
So we got another situation where the jocks are sending quite a bit, right? I would say compared to on paper. And the 6 really got bet down.
Wow, even money. Yeah, and went to the lead.
I mean, Bill Collins has done well at Turfway over the years, but this one really got bet down. They knew.
They knew. Yeah, I mean, it's really tough to see the horse getting beat from there.
Yeah, it's up. I mean, as long as he can put this 3 away, that should be the end of that.
Well, took a shot.
Well, I put $10 into the pick 4. I think that's up in smoke.
Even money.
Yeah.
No,
But
wow, crushed him.
Yeah. Crushed him. Very impressive. New Law by Tis the Law. All right, and then we can talk about the Jeff Ruby Stakes after this.
Yeah.
Tis the Law doing really well in synthetic sprints here. Let me pull up the stats. Although we're doing this after the race, but let's see. Where am I at here? Admin. Okay.
Excuse me.
So Tis the Law, the 6 Moon Law. So synthetic sprints, that's he's going to go over 30%. Only 15 starts though.
Yeah, 2 for 14,
So
and now he's 3 for 16.
Is that what it is?
Because he sires the 2 as well. The horse I bet.
Oh, okay. There you go. 5 of 16. What's that? 31%.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty strong.
Yeah,
pretty
not
good.
too bad.
That impact number of 70 is pretty high. But there were 2 of them in here, and they had a Hootenanny. He's doing well as well on the surface.
Good stuff.
Yeah. All right. 3 more to go.
Guess I'll try to share that again. See if I can.
You got any basketball plays?
I'm rolling with Florida.
All right.
I'm sorry, Houston. I mean, I like Florida a little bit, but I've seen them kind of be wise guy-ish. And I mean, Houston's the number 1 seed, so that's not. I'm not pretending that's too jazzy, but I think from a win it all standpoint, I haven't seen too much of that. So give them a shot.
I like Gonzaga. I think they could beat Houston.
Are you Calcutting?
Yeah, we did our Calcutta last night.
And?
Yeah. We got a bunch. We had a group of, I think, about 7 or 8 of us. So we got a bunch of teams. We got Maryland, Gonzaga, Texas A&M. I'm trying to think who else.
Montana?
No Montana. I'm taking a pass on that. Clemson, Kansas, UConn, BYU. We kind of picked a lot of teams in the 4 to 10 range that we thought had a chance to do something. In the Calcutta auction, like if you want to buy a number 1 seed, it gets really pricey. So just like racing, just trying to pick some prices. All right, so we're going to talk about the Ruby, huh?
Mount and 8th. It's the only 100-point race on synthetic.
Yeah. How many? So all right, Jeff Ruby Stakes. How many Derby points are on the table here?
Same as the others this time of year, 100 to the winner.
And then, but second. So then, is it 50 to second?
I think it's 40.
40. Okay, but you're almost in if you run second.
And it's pretty much winning you're in, I think. Yeah, 140, 30, 20,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we start over? Because we'll tighten up this preview and we can post it separately. So, all right, Jeff Ruby Stakes preview and great race. I mean, full field, overflow field. I mean, tons of betting opportunities. A lot to like here.
Yeah, a lot to like. And
how did you?
what I like is a player. Pardon?
Go for it.
No, yeah, what I like as a player versus the Louisiana Derby, I have a strong opinion here. I like Poster a lot. As I wrote about on the Fair Odds piece at Horse Racing Nation, I kind of let my Remsen bias cloud my judgment initially after the Davis. Another fast closing horse from New York. People kind of dressing it up. He was no match for either of the top two that day. But number came back good, and I try not to over rely on numbers when it comes to the Derby Trail because there's so much more nuance than that. But looking back at the race, like it was a gritty third. He made a nice middle move, got in position, and the top two were gone. But that was when I say winning race, I mean the performance was there that you run that. When the pace comes back to you, you're going to be in a good position to win. So we already know he's the distance. The synthetic obviously is a question mark, but the dam has two full siblings that both have won on synthetic at Presque Isle. The sire Munnings is 16% on synthetic. Maybe you might not love Munnings for 9 furlongs or beyond, but he has already won the Remsen, so mitigates that a little bit. I just think we're going to get a square price on this horse, which I can bring up now, my fair odds. There they are. And, I have them at 2-1 with horse field with California Burrito and Baby Max and a few others in here. I think we're going to get. So I am whether it's the pick 5 at Turfway, the cross country, like this is where I'm going to either make or break my day. But I was a believer after the Davis. I wasn't before, but part of being a good horse player is adapting, and I think we're going to get a great price on this horse.
Yeah, that's interesting. And you're saying that 2-1 is a great price.
Yeah, and I think he'll be. I mean, he might, but I could see 3-1, and I'll make a judgment come. In terms of the win pool, we'll see. I won an entry into the tournament Saturday that Twin Spires is having, so I mean, maybe this horse can help me punch another ticket. But yeah, I'm bullish on him.
Mm-hmm.
It's him or no one for me in this race.
Yeah, interesting. And sorry, I was misreading your line. 2-1 was your fair. You're saying he's morning line 3. He could float up from there for sure. I mean, it's a deep field. There's a lot to kind of sort through. I like where you're going with Poster. I mean, I think I like the fact that he won the Remsen. I know you talked about it a little bit in your article, but to me, he kind of came off the pace, and there wasn't a lot of pace that day. He ran everybody down. And he was undefeated, right? So he's 2 for 2 on the turf. He wins the Remsen. He's 3 for 3, and then goes down to Tampa and he runs third to John Hancock and Owen Almighty. But placement wise, and this is not a knock on the Ruby or the fact that the race isn't synthetic, but don't you find it a little peculiar that and not to second guess Owen Hardy because he obviously knows what he's doing. This horse is pretty much trained based its Turfway its whole life, but owned by Godolphin. It's a homebred. Obviously the value of winning, I guess any Derby prep is a lot, but just trying to get in the Derby. Now you're going to try on a different surface. I mean, I guess it's the surface he works out over, but just kind of thinking that the placement's a tad peculiar. I guess it's not overly peculiar, but like, I don't know.
Yeah,
how does that call go?
I mean, things have changed.
You
so
call
much.
the Godolphin brass, and you say Sorry, I was just gonna say you call them up and you say, "Hey, we're gonna take one of your top Derby candidates, and now we're gonna run him on the synthetic as a prep." Because I guess what I'm saying is resume wise, his resume kind of lends to being a top tier Derby contender. But this is kind of a grade 2 type prep that it's getting better and better. But I don't know. I just find the placement a little peculiar.
I haven't spoken to him, so it's pure conjecture here, but just maybe the spacing issue, not wanting to ship to fairgrounds. After this week, you have either the Arkansas or Florida Derbies. Arkansas, you're facing, maybe 2 Bafferts. Florida, you got, whatever there. And then you're inside 4 weeks. And if they feel like, 6 is more optimum for him to the Derby, I guess that's how you back into the spot. I mean, the other thing with Godolphin is they might have East Avenue, and obviously there's some shine off that horse. But if they think, hey, let's give him the best chance to win the Bluegrass, in front of the crowd, so to speak, for Godolphin, at least they're home. Making a lot of assumptions here and. Well, the tea leaves, but that would be how I would.
No, I'll buy all that. I think you made a good case for it, and I think there are good reasons why we keep hitting it at the same time. There's good reasons why. Yeah, like you said. Oh, there we go. Move back to that screen. There's good reasons why I'm running him here. I mean, he's trained here forever. You're right. To not have to ship, not have to go to Florida, not have to go to Oaklawn. I guess, yeah. But that is one thing I would look at from an odds perspective. I like Baby Max a lot. It comes off 2 really strong races at Turfway, and you flipped it. And then so I think Baby Max fits here very well. Certainly for the exacta, could Poster be better? Maybe, but then you also have to see how he handles the synthetic. So from that perspective, and more price on Baby Max, I might lean towards Baby Max a little bit more. And then price wise, I was a little interested in the 5 Flying Mohawk for D-Wade Beckman. Joe Ramos is up, and he's a Caraconti they run pretty well on turf or synthetic, and he's coming in here second off the layoff. I mean, I guess he got a 51-day break after a fairgrounds turf race, and I mean, he seems pretty well intended, and he seems like he's working well. I think he's working with Honor Marie a little bit. And for a nice price at 15-1, I think there's a lot worse places you could go than the 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think from and he hasn't tried synthetic yet, but I certainly have no issue with it. Looking at the breeding, more importantly, though, I mean, the distance won't be an issue either. So,
no.
Maybe needs slight improvement speed wise, but these are the times you get it. Second start as a 3-year-old, good slight move forward in the debut, plenty of time off. So yeah, I see it for sure. And Baby Max for that matter, which by default I guess means we're both not excited about the short price on California Burrito.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know that he's going to be 7-2, but I guess he's coming in off of 2 nice
I mean,
wins.
HRN had
Um,
him projected as the favorite, which
okay,
I mean,
interesting.
I have to think Poster is, but I mean, regardless, first or second
Mm,
choice, like to me, that means yeah, he's gonna take money. I mean, people like
yeah,
ones. He's won his last two at the track. But man, 9 furlongs, he's not going to get this this type of pace. It just seems like if you weren't on board last time, now's not the time.
yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I mean, I like California Burrito as a horse. Think he's a very nice horse, talented, but yeah, he's coming. He doesn't figure to get the lead here, right? Innovator is faster. Charlie's to blame on the inside, maybe faster or maybe not, but he's drawn inside of him. Um, so now he's got to tussle with one or two of those. Yeah, I just don't like that spot. Um, yeah, it's sort of out of position, and it's just not a good spot. So yeah, I don't want to play him here at that
Yep.
price for sure. So, all right, should we? Great, great race, and can't wait for Turfway on Saturday. And like I said, I hope to be there, and looking forward to who jumps into the Derby mix off of this race.
Yeah, no, I mean I like a horse here in the Ruby. I actually bet Poster in pool 4.
Okay.
So kind of thought some Derby implications there too. But yeah, I mean we're gonna learn a lot, even if all we learn is some new shooters that are bombs that finish first or second and automatically have enough points in. I mean that's just 2 more in the gate we're able to identify, so helps the
Right.
puzzle come together. But yeah, these are good races to play, and they're part of that pick 5, so should be a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
that'll be fantastic. All right, why don't we flip to the late pick 3 here at Turfway, and I can pull the video up if you want to switch out the.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Bring our mugs up. I definitely got to answer PDT's question. That subway in New Kent is awesome. Definitely a godsend. Is one of the few places near the track to get something. But Richmond has some good spots. One in particular, La Possum, one of the best restaurants I've been to. Period. Can't imagine not going there. In Richmond for whatever reason, probably Colonial. But yeah, a couple good breakfast spots. A good town.
Nice.
Good town. We got a Facebook comment, which we always like. It's typically our lowest rated feeder, but appreciate Malcolm checking in from Arizona.
And PDT is from Virginia, so he's just checking in to make sure you approve.
Oh, he's checking my taste then,
or lack thereof.
All right. Well, he can let me know what he thinks, or get better. Yeah, give me recommendations.
Yeah,
because I plan on being back.
All right. Yeah, for sure. A lot of good races this summer, and we're doing the morning line for Colonial as well as Santa Anita right now. Just been fun.
Yeah, Santa Anita until further notice, but sounds like at least through the Santa Anita Derby, so it'll be fun to be a part of their big day in the spring.
Yeah,
2 weeks
journalism
away.
versus the Bobs.
Yeah, I think Citizen Bull's going there, so it'll be interesting. I mean, I have to think Bob will start another one there, probably Rodriguez, just sort of a throw in the towel. But I mean, gosh, he still has, if gaming, if he's able to right the ship there, but Barnes and Cornucopian, so they got to go somewhere.
Yeah. Should be good. All right, so we got 9 minutes to the 7th. We caught a couple scratches here too, so we're down to 7.
Jeez. Well, at least we already knew about these two.
Yeah. Okay, and so we were talking about Chantry Flats potentially being out on the lead. You were saying the 3 was your top choice, though, slightly.
Yeah, would have been my top pick from a selection standpoint with the scratch of the 10, but at 9-5, I need to put the 1 or 9 on top.
So, Chantry Flats at Turfway is 4 for 10 and 7 for 10 in the exacta. It's pretty solid.
Pretty good, yeah. No, I mean, like you said, the race sets, and he's actually not favored like the morning line suggested he might be. So,
Wow. So, can I amend those stats?
please.
Not only is he 7 for 10 in the exacta at Turfway, they're all routes. Wow, the 3 times he missed the board. 2 mile and a quarter routes. So when going less than a mile and a quarter in a route at Turfway, he is 7 for 8 in the exacta. And then one of the times he missed, he was going a mile and 1/8. But most of his starts are at a mile and mile 16th because that's a much more common race. So I don't know if he's horse for the course, but certainly what you need to be deemed a horse for the course. But 2 definitely likes this Turfway route.
All right. Well, 5-2, and he was 2-1 on the line, and figures to be forward.
Yeah. And
can you make that screen the whole screen?
Yes, I can probably do that No, I don't know how to do that. I'm sharing that screen.
There's a little square in the bottom left. Bottom right. It's not a full square. There's parts missing in the top and bottom or on the sides.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I'm making it full screen for me. But if you need to jump for a second, that's fine.
Oh, no, I just meant to get rid of the border.
Oh, right. I see where you're talking about on the video feed.
Yeah.
Yep. That's better. Good call.
There we go. Look at that.
Instead of the drop down. Very nice.
All right, Brian. Well, Brian back with an encore. He gave us the big winner when we started. My buddy Mike, who actually is also from Pittsburgh, is on the 8. So maybe the Yinzers are onto something tonight at Turfway.
All right. My concern was, is there enough speed in here? Can this 9 stay with the 2? Not that the 2's all that fast.
I think the 9 can, but I didn't think the 6 would put the whole field half mile in last time either. So I've been known to be wrong.
You think the 6 is going to go?
No, I meant in the last race, I didn't think the 6 would bury the field a half mile in. So
right. No, I didn't see that either. Yeah, we got the Wesley Ward here with the 3. Does Lannery have other mounts tonight? Did you check that?
That's a good question. Let's see. Corey Lannery.
Not a heck of a lot. Looks like maybe a couple.
2,
All right.
7th and 9th. So we got to show up
Oh
late.
yeah. Well, could he ride 2/3 of the late pick 3?
He's on the 12 in the last. That would be a surprise to me. Do you like him in there?
No, I just was joking, but we've talked about it before how he's come in and just picked up a couple of mounts.
Yes. No, I've actually been meaning to look at that stat. One mount on the day. Not just for him, anyone.
Yeah. What was
Which, typically you're not going to see your Rats and Ortizes check that box, but occasionally.
right? Remember, we probably talked about this. Dave Johnson, his big thing, I think, is when a jock wins 2 in a day, he just starts blind betting him the rest of the way. Just figures maybe he's hot, maybe the barn he's riding for is hot, and he says it's worked out well. All right, 2-1, 2-1. Not a lot of places to go here.
Yeah. I'm going to try to beat the 2 and 3.
Did you, in the last race, did you give a look to the 4 at all?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, there's just not a lot of
Decent
speed
numbers
in
and
there.
could be the one on the engine.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. You get a nice price, 30-1 morning line, so we may not get played in the pick 3 so much. Yeah, might be worth a little look.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I mean, I think the 1 and 8 are the 2 clear choices. So, if there's a way you could beat them, could be something.
All right, and then here it's all about getting around the 2 and the 3, huh? Well, good luck, everyone. We're getting close to the gate time. It says 1 minute, but maybe they're still circling. Looks like,
Yeah, maybe. So basically, looking at this, like the 2 and 3 are taking money here. 5, I expect will be the one taking money in the next, and 1 and 8 in the last. So I'm basically thinking, okay, if one of them wins and you beat the other 2, you're still okay. Obviously, if you beat all 3, you could be good. So that's how I'm playing it.
okay. I think I might just single that 4 in the last. Then it doesn't matter.
That's true.
I think if you get that price, there's enough separation there. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we still got them.
I guess I sort of need to play an insanity double too. I mean, 189 with the 7 is worth playing.
Oh, with their first turn, the next.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. All right. I like it.
All right. Bring it home.
Malcolm with the show bet, taking a more than a flyer, but 17-1. Good luck, Malcolm.
And there they go.
There they go.
There goes the 2, and there's the 9 sending. Does he let him clear? No. All right, let's see how fast they go. They're spread out a little bit.
Oh, so in the next race, they actually bet the 1 heavy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Interesting.
And
I
the
should have
2's
looked at
out.
that before I played. I could use the 5 as the second choice.
Dirego.
Yeah, clear favorite.
Well, there's the 2, 6-5. He's out in 24 and change. Pretty well spread out though. 49 and a tick.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Yeah, I mean he's looking pretty good right there, huh?
Yeah.
Not too often.
It's backing out a bit.
Yeah, not too often you see the Wesley Ward, not favored, and it's gonna make a run of it.
I mean, you can't let a horse like that go on 49.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now
114. I mean, what are we doing?
Now he's 8 of 11 in the exacta, and when not going a mile and a quarter, it's 8 of 9. Yeah, there just wasn't enough in here. Alrighty. Well, good luck. I mean, congrats to anybody that had the 2. Made that look easy.
Yeah, get to the front and go.
So, what else? We should remind people, like you said, to like and subscribe. And why don't we throw up the free? Yeah, it was merry-go-round. Thanks, right? Let's throw up again. Free download for the Louisiana Derby super screener. It's my old haunts. You can use the QR code on your phone, or pop it in, and we've got a couple of free races. And Mike Shea does a fantastic job with the super screener. Like we were talking about the other week, he swept all 3 preps with the Fountain of Youth, the Gotham, and journalism out there in San Felipe. 9 of 12 stakes races that weekend, which is pretty awesome that he had first or second.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked out the super screener or haven't checked out in a while, now's your chance to check it out and get a free copy for the Louisiana.
And part of the thing with, I think he does such a great job. I mean, obviously the analysis is smart and the picks are good. But, from a product standpoint, the utility of it really is, fits what your needs are. And, maybe your needs change race to race. If you need a pick, it's certainly there. It's easy to look at as top win contenders. If you're a vertical player, the top long shot, most likely to hit the board. Like, those are 2 columns that every race has that I think are invaluable if you're looking to spice up the vertical exotics. There's always a pick and play at the end of the stakes section. If you like to read about how he handicaps the race, the analysis covers that, pace, class, all that good stuff. So, really it's however you handicap it, it's going to complement that. And, most importantly, it's good information. So it's not feeding your crap. But I'm fortunate enough, when I write up the Friday preview, I'm reading through everything to try to pick, what I think is kind of the most intriguing price that he likes. But I'm always learning something, and, the results speak for themselves. But, if you just want picks, it has that. If you're looking for, to go beyond that,
and the recommended wagers.
So that's my
are great. And it's just an invaluable resource. You can lean on it in places where you're looking for help or see who you didn't throw in there. Maybe you missed somebody for your combinations, and gigantic help. All right, so the late pick 5 carryover is not trending too hot. It's we're about $40 in the pick 3 there. So after the price, we got.
Yeah, I'd say that's unless something happens here.
Okay.
Yeah, but for tomorrow, minimum.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, just let's see real quick. Tomorrow, so that's tomorrow late. We only have 8 tomorrow. Yeah.
I don't know. Wow. Yeah.
So we got claiming routes with 9 and 9 and 8. So 3 claimers routes. We got a 8-horse allowance in the penultimate leg with Marmalade Sky and BG Warrior, the bullet, and then wrap it up with a 15,000 claiming sprint with 11. So that should be a fun little challenge.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
So,
I
all right.
back
Well,
down from it.
why don't we jump here with your weather approaching, and I guess mine too.
Yeah, I hear it starting to howl.
All right. Well, this has been great. Thanks everybody for joining us, and good luck this weekend. Great racing at Turfway, great racing at Fairgrounds, and yeah, keep playing and keep plugging away at Turfway, and get some winners, and let's play that carryover tomorrow.
All right, sounds good to me.
All right.